you know, Ornn, Sivir, Yuumi, kind of tells the whole story.
Yeah, I mean, that is a juggernaut of a team fight. Even just the three of them that you mentioned there, right? But you add in some pillars and charms, and you can really control the way that fights break out. The LeBlanc is going to be very interesting, though, because LeBlanc does have a lot of ways to kind of hop in and out and kind of basically say, you know, the hell with your team fighting power, the hell with your, you know... Here we go, the beginning of what could be a 5-gamer. A lot of us did go for the 3-0s and the 3-1s. There was, I believe, only one 3-2.
So overall, Kael, the experienced player, and then you look at the other end, and there's Deft. And we could it's like just Deft already.
Yeah, Deft has more playoffs appearances than the entirety of Live Sandbox's team.
Yeah.
By a large margin.
No,
it's like 14-4 or 5.
Yeah.
Plus other stuff, you know, the rise of Sivir coming in, as we do have a big trade in the bottom side. The bubble is going to miss, though. Prince and Kael ever pressing the issue and trying to press their advantage here. Ignite onto Deft. As Piosik will be spotted by Krako. And they do put a question mark ping onto Krako. No first blood just yet.
Oh, might force some summoners here.
Oh, that pillar not quite getting the huge amount of value that it could. Felt like it was like in between the dash, but Zeph was still able to get over that pillar. But he's got a little bit of sustain himself, as over the wall will go Zeka, forces that Spirit Rush as the Dove ultimate is huge. It's going to force flashes already as Closer will go down. That's the first blood, and Kingen is in the pit, but there's so many low health bars now. Barrel's just going to get zoned here by the Ornn, and Kingen will eventually go down. That will be a big fight win early on for Live Sandbox.
And even with the Aatrox skirmishing power, not quite enough. A couple of key ultimates still missing here. Piosik doesn't have his Keeper's Verdict, can't actually split the fight the way we've seen so many poppies do. No calling, no wave available for Deft and Barrel either. Early Drakes really hurt. Right, like the amount of damage that has been done to this bot side already is substantial, and in the early levels, like difference between being level 4
Ornn the Assassin
and level 5 is colossal.
Yeah. It is rough to play against that, as Closer is going to be in a rough spot here. He is just getting present steadfastly, and down he will go. Zeka will pick up that kill.
Very nicely done. Piosik in the brush, uses Hex Flash to set that one up, and Closer, unfortunately.
Chains do miss, though, so Kingen can't really follow up on that one. Closer holding onto his Spirit Rush is going to be immensely important for this next team fight. Scuttle Crab also taken here by DRX, so we'll offer them a little bit more vision.
And this is the core issue, is that I think as Live Sandbox, you're more than fine just kind of stalling here.
Yeah, I mean, you have Sivir too, so you just go bot, auto-attack 3 times, come back, and you're denying a wave as you're denying time on this dragon. Take a look. Now you've got Piosik held in here. The Keeper's Verdict is going to come out, and that is going to be the Sivir gone, but not gone far enough, as actually will be the Infernal Drake being taken out here by the side of DRX. Barrel is going to be isolated and sent off to the Wolves, as in goes Closer as well, looking for a little bit more, but everybody else looks like they should be able to get out. Krako will have a pillar here in just a moment. As, he's just able to get over that one as well. But the charm comes in, and that will be a kill eventually, right? Yep, Krako going to take that one down, as the bottom lane is also being pushed by Prince.
You're going to lose out to Live Sandbox's comp. It's just so absurdly strong in 5v5.
Uh-oh, Zeka distortioning forward. He is LeBlanc. So trying to get in there, but not able to land that charm. But the final chapter comes in, and Zeka elects not even to flash away from that one, maybe not having his Mimic available, not 100% sure. As the chase continues, they get a flash as a bonus out of the Poppy. This is the cost of trying to be extremely proactive. Sometimes it works, and sometimes you just get caught out.
And Sandbox, again, they've done this multiple times. They hang back, until they're ready to pull the trigger. But DRX still very even in terms of gold. So if they can get on the back line, they can win this.
They have to get into the back line. Let's see the keeper's verdict. Let's see a fight begin on DRX's terms. If they want to try to get in here, Kroko getting very aggressive. The subjugate going to be used as the Ornhorn now will be blown just to zone everybody away, and Pilchik is just going to go down. Keeper's verdict not available. And that will be the end of him. Another kill here into the pockets of the Sivir as Kingen goes back in just to go back out. And that's another Drake in trade here for the side of Liv Sandbox as they're looking for more Dove, trying to flash forward, not going to get much. You could say that Liv Sandbox, you know, with picking up this top turret, should be in a better spot. You see that DRX, though, are trying to push very strongly into this mid lane with Pilchik on the setup, with the teleport coming in. This will be a very proactive fight from the side of DRX. They're trying to burst down Prince, and they do, but the Ornhorn catches that back line. Still, it's only going to be the Nami going down here as Deft is kiting it out excellently. Kingen is going to be a frontline looking for closer here.
Yeah. And you don't get a larger objective, but at least it's a breath of life for DRX fans.
Yeah, you see that Shurelius was used immediately, but Prince couldn't quite get a spell shield off. Pilchik unfortunately does go down at the end. As we are setting it up once again, but it doesn't look like DRX. Okay, now over the wall, here comes Kingen, so it looks like they will make a stand on this. Zeka on the side here. Charm is going to sail wide. It just takes so long for this as in goes Zeka again.
Big
Another
burst.
Nice, big chunk on the closer. That's really what you got to do. The streak is getting lower, down to old health numbers as Prince, again, going to be poked out. And you know what? I mean, the LeBlanc is beginning to have more value than the Yuumi. And it looks like Liv Sandbox will say, okay, we don't want to fight over this Drake. You mentioned before, Chronicler, giving away just the one Mountain Drake is not the end of the world, but it's still a nice look that DRX are able to kind of forcefully take that objective.
Huge win for DRX. And
IE third here for Prince against this composition. Ornhorn comes out, just trying to zone here, it looks like. Keeper's verdict is going to hit the Bella's breath. As in goes Pilchik now, they're trying to blow up the Ahri. That's not the right target. Really got to get on top of the Sivir if you want to do much of anything. Kroko now frontlining as he's just going to jump barrel to death. And in goes Prince, picks up another one. And just like that, Liv Sandbox blow this game wide open.
And they didn't do the Veldus check. They didn't check for stopwatch. Hard engage onto closer on the Ahri, but sitting on the Zhonya's. He isn't particularly bothered by it. They over-index, and now as a result, Liv Sandbox going to be able to, at the very least, start up this Baron. Zeka, a lot of damage available here.
He's got vision now. Looks like Dove might be a sacrifice. No, he's going to try to go for the Baron, and he is not going to get it. Kroko doesn't look like it. I think Liv Sandbox might just go for it. That is a huge burst of damage, but in we go. Looking for Zeka on the back line. Flashing in his Prince as he wants to end it now. And he is going to at least put him into the fountain. As Closer now frontlining with low health. Does not matter. He's got a Yuumi. He's going to force the Aatrox back. And DRX, you know, just one by one getting torn apart by these ricochets. Not much that they can do about it now. As in goes Kingen at one last stand. Prince is just farming kills in the fountain as we speak. As it looks like Liv Sandbox, eventually Prince will go down. Kingen will also be taken out. But that is going to do it for game one of this first round of the playoffs. The Worry Bank playoffs, if you will. And then it was over in under 4 minutes or something. It was ridiculous. Look at the gold graph. It's like, oh, we're close, we're close. No, we're not. Not even a tiny bit close at the end of this one.
And this is as Liv Sandbox as it gets, where it's like, Kroko out-damaged Closer. Dove did 8k health. It's how this team has been playing the entire split. They're playing towards their bot side very heavily.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle is going to be playing Pyke. He has played Rakan. But other than that, and Nautilus, I guess, and 2 games of Thresh, nothing else has been actually aggressive. So yeah, Tom Kent is going to be coming out here.
Dove, on first rotation for his team, he picked Ornn. He didn't have to swap, he didn't have to do anything, he just sat on his Ornn. And will probably be the same thing as last time around. Looking at these overall drafts,
Here we go once again onto the Rift.
Where you get a Drake have been very favorable. Dove, though, still doesn't get to touch his wave, so he gets completely sacked by the rest of his team, as Dove often does.
That's fine.
It's 30 CS, Valdez.
He's up there. He wasn't going to zone the Gwen out anyway. Keep in mind that Def did go for Ghost, which isn't going to be hugely valuable for the lane itself, but more so for some of the team fights later on, where you just become insanely mobile, especially as Zeri. Prince did have to go cleanse into Leona. Makes a lot of sense. Speaking of which, trying to go here onto the Tom Kens, trying to burst him down. We'll see how that goes as Prince is taking a ton of damage. In goes Kroko, trying to isolate down Def, and he's going to take a crazy amount of damage as Prince will pick up first blood, make it a second one going into the hands of Kroko. Here is Zeka now trying to turn it around, but he's all alone against 4 as even Pyosik going to leave him to die as the charm comes in, but with Sandbox, they already got what they wanted.
Yeah, it really is. As actually, it was Barrel's Glacial Ultimate. I don't know why I thought Cal would ever go that on Ken.
Hey,
as
Zeka
Closer
getting pretty low here, trying to maybe use that stopwatch. The charm is going to get him, though. And now another kill over to Kroko as level 6 is the Tom Kent. Should deny any kind of fighting here as Kingen is trying to get something going with the needles. Does do a lot of damage as now Horn here, and another charm is going to land as he just does not miss those today. Closer is going to pick up a kill now. And the landslide has begun, and they're still behind in gold. They're still down on gold, not for long, but man, Live Sandbox in total control of this game.
This is why this team has been as decisive throughout really the entire second half of the split. As we see Closure get a lot of damage down here, but the moment that Zeka pops his ultimate becomes a little bit harder, and I don't know, Closure actually looking at the health probably would have gotten him regardless. Crocker just making sure that he actually gets him, and then here we see Closure completely out of position, or completely safe. Kyle even has Devour, like they're not even using that. And then the Flash Charm. Just very nicely done. And
as Ultimate's blown here by both the Ahri and the Vine. That's right before the Infernal Drake does spawn.
Big moment. Might actually lead him to get a Drake. And yeah, Kroko, unless you flash and make sure that you're inside the Shroud when that happens. Gwen, stay alive.
Dove is just eating so much of this damage, though. The Ornhorn is going to come in. That is Prince. Booped out of the fight now as Dove is just going to get devoured at the end of it all. Ton of damage does go into Dove, and he has teleport.
Ooh, a lot of ultimates down now on both sides. Deft still has his. Teleport gonna come in from Dove here. Does need somewhere to teleport to. There's a ward there behind the pit.
Yeah, could go, okay, he's just gonna go into the mid lane as in goes Kyle. Not sure about that one. Might just be fish food as now he's going to be taking a bunch of damage on the front line. As in goes Prince, he just gale forces into 4 of them, and he's looking to burst down everyone. Now Closer only doesn't go in because Zeri is a thing still. Lots of low health bars here, but Prince having the largest one is going to make the difference.
Oh, Prince rolling the dice on that one, but it works out. Gets a huge ultimate. And now, Soul Point for Sandbox. 20.5 minutes in.
Are they doing Baron?
Oh, yeah.
They're just doing Baron at 21.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, over the wall.
Over the wall, yeah. Kroko, not very much a tank, as Dove is just playing Zoner.
No.
And I don't think this is actually going to work, though, but let's see. They're going all in onto Dove here as the damage is close enough, and Ahri takes it down of all people. As, okay, let's see, only 3 of them will get away. Kingen looking for more as the Needles, still a bunch of them left over here, so that's going to be 3 of them going down. Again, they did not have to do this, but Live Sandbox choose to try to take down a very early Baron.
Oh, Prince does have his flash available.
Yeah, he's almost, oh no. He's just baiting him in. He's looking like a tasty snack. And Pyosik fell for it 100%. That's just a free kill onto the Poppy. That wasn't supposed to happen.
No Ornhorn, no Vi ultimate. Those are very, very big. And
a Spirit Rush.
Whoa.
Going in onto the Ornn. That's not what you want. As, okay, see you later, Beryl. He's going to go down pretty much for free. As in goes Pyosik now, trying to do something to combo. But where is the follow-up of damage? Now Kingen is in this fight. And the Needles should be able to do a lot of work here. They're going to take out Kyle as the Moonlight Vigil goes wide. Prince not able to follow up on the damage, but Closer and Prince still alive and kiting this one out. As okay, Demonic is going to go down, and Zeka just gets sniped from miles away, and Prince cannot be stopped in this game. 5-0 and 4. And just kites it out perfectly.
They don't even need Devour. Prince's positioning in that fight was beautiful, and as a result, no matter how hard Deft is trying, the team just doesn't seem to be able to win fights.
Okay, well, we do have Barrel nearby, but it's not going to amount to anything as Closer gets in, gets out. This is Infernal Soul for this composition at 26.5 minutes. And the poke that she's able to do. Deft, I mean, he has 4 kills. He also has 3 items and a stopwatch. So maybe there is a world as they're going to go in onto the Tom Kench again, as it might work this time. He's getting incredibly low. Down he just go. The Swain still alive. Closer trying to get that damage in, but not really getting much done, as now Dove is going to be isolated. That's 2 picks now to the side of DRX. And the chase is on.
Cool, they need to play this very carefully.
Oh, man. The kiting power that they have is insane, as now they're just going to kill Pioshik. 1 charm, and that might not be the last charm if DRX up into this.
I think you abandon. I don't know if you can do this.
They're trying to force it really hard. As down goes to Leona, down goes to Gwen. Where is the damage? It is all dead. Legendary is Prince. Look at the chakrams he has. He's got like 2 layers of those things. And Deft just can't do anything. He's all alone over the wall.
He's trying so hard.
Okay. All right, Deft. But unfortunately, he just can't get in range.
No! He just has E. Oh, he doesn't even need his blast goes over.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the backline can't approach as.
Look at this stand.
I don't want it.
Look at it.
And they know the game isn't over yet. I don't see a way. Like, look at Prince, look at Closer.
It's kind of
look at Croco! He built a Zonias!
Oh, man. That's what you like to see. He's really buying into that Valdez stock here. And it is going to help him out because he could just go all in. He doesn't even need to. Croco has not been needed here in this fight just yet. It was just Closer 100-0ing Pioshik all by himself. It's okay, we are going to have the root come down now. Deft going to go into that ultimate. Dove trying to zone this one out as they kite this one back as another root goes in, forces the Devour, but in goes Croco. And we know he's got that Zhonya's. He doesn't even take any damage anyway, as this game is over. Zeka has a stone plate, and it just does not matter. This is 2-0 so far. Very stompy here in this second game. Prince gonna end at 10-0-6 on the Aphelios.
Definitely not his last games, because as you mentioned, we will be seeing them at the qualifier, but it's not Deft. That's that's the issue here.
It's not Deft, no.
It's the entire team of DRX just not coming together. Lacking. With the Lulu, I think the Lulu Zeri combination still quite strong. Polymorph still very high value into picks like Jax, but does mean that the sandbox comp is very reliant on either finding an angle or hitting charms, setting up picks. So if you lose control of this comp,
well, this is one way to start off a game. Invade with 5 immediately with the Skarner. Yeah, I mean, this is an excellent opportunity right now for Pioshik.
They should know they're vulnerable here.
Gotta go for it. The flash comes in, and then Kyle might be in a lot of trouble. He is the sacrifice, and flash used by Prince as well. Kyle trying to flash, trying to delay as much time as possible, as now he will go down. First blood to Pioshik. As in goes Croco now, looking for the enemy blue. Yeah, and I mean, at level 6, especially because outside of that first gank from Pioshik, and even as a whole in the series, he hasn't really gone for extremely aggressive setups with his lanes, you know, trying to set up early ganks and stuff like that. So especially if Pioshik's kind of just hanging out.
Ooh,
As I say that, though,
Dove.
he's looking for this, and it's a good timing.
Yeah, wave of shoving.
That's just a flash, just used just like that. Just because Croco exists on the Skarner, and ooh, that counter-strike not going to land, looking pretty obvious. And now Dove will just back away. He's a very safe laner.
Oh,
that's part of why he gives up a lot.
He's
of
running.
space. Here we go now.
He's going.
Yep, he's going to the bottom side, looking for Deft, and Deft still has dash and flash and cleanse. I mean, can't cleanse the Skarner, but still going to help him out if needed.
Oh, Pioshik.
Maybe Pioshik is going to be the target. They've been looking for a target here. As not going to commit onto him just yet. Big knockup with the Keeper's Verdict. As low on mana now is Closer, and a roam from bottom lane is part of the reason why Live Sandbox's duo will not commit to the fight. I mean, just in general, that's why you pick the champion, and the fact that it hasn't gotten one. Maybe I curse them, as now Deft is going to just dash away. It was Beryl, actually, that had to flash that one. So, actually totally fine for now, but here comes a trade in the top side. The needles will basically all land. Kingen burning down, and now he's not going to be able to get into this one as Croco eating a bunch of damage, but it's a Poppy and a Nautilus. So he really doesn't seem to care, but they're definitely locked into this one as Croco tries to get over the wall, and now we got a 2v2 on the bottom side. Prince here trying to kite it out. Beryl incredibly low as Prince now.
Keep going.
He's going to be running him down, and not much that Pioshik can do from this one, as he's just going to be a menace. How can he keep getting away with this? As the Qs are finally coming in, and Deft is chasing a Lulu. It's not going to get anything for him, as even an Extendo Beam comes out, and Prince probably did like 4,000 damage here, 12 minutes into the game already.
And overall, trade of ultis here. Grandmasters might use, and Dove. So let's try and get some poke, but from that range, King has no issue getting it out.
Not again, Dove. Not the bottom. Oh, he got it this time at least, but he's got a wild growth. But there are 4 members of DRX chasing him down as he's going to be pulled in, and that'll be the end of the Scorpion himself. As Zeka, the one to pick up that kill, pretty large, is now the first dragon to go down at 15 minutes into the game.
Oh, there's Ignite here for Dove.
Oh, Dove. I feel like maybe he could have gone for that one, or at least forced a flash, but instead just going to Ignite and push him away. Kingen sticking around if he can get this counter-strike.
Also want to highlight that we actually see a good build here from Deft as Croco. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's looking for anyone as the stun comes in. Going to save that Impale for now. As Dove, now he's got a really nice lane for these needles to stack up. They're chasing down Pioshik. They're not going to kill anyone. They do zone him away. Kingen's like he's in his own lane, just doing his own thing. And he will take out a turret by himself, meanwhile.
A little underwhelming from Sandbox there. Croco flashing, doesn't get anything. Does have Hex Flash.
Well, they're going to see him. He's right here. He's going to find a free Neela. I mean, they saw the Scorpion. They knew he was there.
That's the equivalent of you see a Scorpion on the floor, and you walk up to the Scorpion, and he stings you. You're like, why'd you do that, Scorpion? What do you expect?
Which, not sure about that, as unfortunately it looks like, okay, Apotheosis does come out here, and a really nice knockaway of both Croco and Dove. Pioshik finally getting value on that ultimate. Needles are being used, as they were used earlier on, trying to now get over the wall. That is some really nice value, but the soldiers of Zeka doing a good job of zoning them away. As Dove now waiting for this one. Still no Impale has been used. The Predator popped. But Closer's not here, as he is going to TP back in, though, and now we've got a front line for the Zeri. The Impale finally comes out, as Pioshik is getting low. In they go now. It's a huge sweep! Zeka turns the fight immediately, just like that. Able to sweep 3 of them in. And Kingen on the Jax is going to love this broken down play. As he's looking for Kyle, he might be able to get him. Closer can't do much this low. And finally, DRX. They make a showing in this series.
And DRX, that was good. Even though Kingen got a Hullbringer, I want to get into that a little bit later, but this is not the way. This is not the play.
Yeah, they're taking a bunch of damage too as they're trying to hit the front line, but it is a Gwen, as Closer now is kind of caught here between a rock and a hard place. That's against Wild Growth, as now Prince is going to be shoved into the back line, trying to get away. And look at the front line here. Croco just trying to zone for his team, but he cannot. Zeka is too strong in this game now. He's got 5 kills. Is Krako trying to 1v1 the Nila. And will they go back to Baron? Really trying to force this one. It's looking pretty likely. I mean, the Azir might end up just giving so much more than the Zeri can before the Zeri can, is now again going to be baited into this Impale and knock away from Pyosik. Everybody teleports into the fight. They heard a party was going on. At the end of the day, though, the only one who's partying is DRX. The Skarner finding zero value in this game.
Yeah, as Prince, he won't die, but he doesn't have a good time at all. And yeah, overall, playing Skarner from behind, very bad experience. This overall draft already felt a little bit finicky for Sandbox. And they try to play it like the way they've done before, and it's just not working. DRX is punishing them splendidly.
Yeah, and within Azir that's this fed, you can start Baron very extremely confidently. You can just start it up, you know, just two people. One tank, one Azir, totally fine. You can do it over the wall as well if you want. The mid lane's being pushed. So, Live Sandbox, you're going to have to make a move. Let's see if they can do it. Trying to get vision in the pit, and they will get vision for now. But look at the damage already that's coming out of this Azir as Beryl is just going to potentially die. He's not going to die, though. Closer going in for a little bit more. Heal used, and the Baron will be denied.
The Baron auto came very close. Someone eventually needs to match him as Deft.
Oh.
Who finds who?
It's Deft finding Krako, who's level 12, as he's going to be Apotheosis, and now he's just being chased through the jungle. Should be the end of the Live Sandbox jungler. As yes, he is very fast and Scorpion-like, but that is not going to help him very much. As now with no Krako, this means that a pretty easy and free Baron should go to DRX. Although they might try to fight it anyway.
Okay. Gonna try again, not spotted here.
Yeah. And Skarner is one of those picks, kind of like Blitzcrank. You know, you get that one pick, let's see how it goes, or sometimes you just die. Yeah, again, gonna look pretty silly, but you can imagine. He's trying to go for the risky plays, trying to go for the risky flank, as there's the charm onto Kingen, but looks like he probably has enough tenacity to handle that. TP now coming in, as the push will commence here from DRX. They still have Baron for 1:15. That should be more than enough time to break two inhibitors here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and say, don't think Sandbox have the damage available to take down DRX here. DRX looking to extend this series, Valdez.
Well, looking pretty likely. DRX taking this very slowly, although Beryl is posturing aggressively, looking for that hook.
Krako's back.
They're still very much respecting the Zeri. But this might be the time to fight the Zeri before the IE is online.
Yeah.
But
they'll get Soul, but
Extendo Beam not even doing that much damage at this point in time, and Prince has hit his Infinity Edge. It's just not quite.
Triple inhib.
Yeah. Well, it is triple inhib, as now looking for the play. The charm comes in, but that's on the Nautilus, as the front line here is actually pretty good for the side of Live Sandbox, but Depth Charge is good enough, and they knock away the Zeri! What if you have a Zeri in its bed, but it just doesn't exist? That is the case here, as Prince, though, is trying to hold on alone as the flash comes in. He is kiting it out. They're not able to take him out just yet. Kingen with the flash on in, with the counter-strike, as he's going to zap down Pyosik. You gotta be kidding me, as Prince still trying to hold on to this one, but I don't think they have enough time, nor the damage. Prince will be taken out by the extremely fed members of DRX. And that will do it for Game 3. DRX will keep themselves alive. If you're ahead and you can just jump on into things, you can do some really nice stuff, but it wasn't even really about Deft in this third game. Zeka just picking up the majority of the kills, and Kingen actually looking pretty decent on the Jax.
Than it has been in the past. This though is the Peanut staple. Very, very strong in this scenario. Good into basically the entire top side of Live Sandbox. But this is the type of pick where if it doesn't work, it does very little.
Here we are, Udi Bank playoffs of the LCK, round 1, game 4. Yeah, I mean, it's going to rely a lot on getting a snowball going. And speaking of that, here is Krako in the bottom lane. This is something we've been wanting to see out of our Poppy players. The ward does come down, but he can just flash here if he wants to, or maybe just walk it out. But they should be aware of this happening as the Gravitum is ready and Barrel is left to the Wolves. They'll feed this one over to Prince as Krako picks up first blood. They tried to feed that to Prince, but not quite going to happen.
Yeah, I don't want to take any risks.
Infernal Drake, if it does come down, again, a somewhat slow start outside of Krako's gank onto the bottom side. But he's going to be clearing out vision already. There were 2 control wards around this area. Krako is going to find both of them, actually.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Get spotted, and as a result, if they want to play it safely, should definitely abandon. Not doing so.
Deft and Barrel are going in on this one as they're trying to bait this out. As in goes Krako, and the Morgana is here. Barrel takes an immense amount of damage on the backside of this as the binding does hit the Catfish. And that is about it. Look at him, he's looking at his mini-map. You can see on his camera.
He knows.
Cigar nope, I'm going top. That's going to be the charm, and that is a nearly dead Lysandra. Kyle gets into the thick of things. Forces a bit of a peel as they continue onto this one. Deft with a dash away. It's now another stack into Pioshik. The top lane continues the way it has been, the way it always will be.
Level 6 available for Prince if he can make it over.
Dove's got a good angle too, but they're just going to try to burst down someone as Lysandra goes in. The Ornhorn gets so much value though. They take out the Renekton through the Dominus as they are going to poke Dove away, but now Closer is coming in as the Rift Heralds should go into the hands of DRX, but the chase is, the charm. This time though, for Closer, not on the mark as it has been so many times before. Yeah, I mean, DRX, they get this top turret, but at the end of the day, they are also giving up this Infernal Drake, or at least control over it. Live Sandbox not going to go for it just yet. They're trying to get a lot of gold in these plates over to the side of Prince. And now, I mean, with a second charge potentially to come in here, let's see if Dove can stop it. As he's trying, but no. Charge comes in at 92, ends at 32. Krako will be able to pick up this Drake. So that is where Live Sandbox get the value, but still a lot of pressure in these lanes from DRX, which is definitely what they need.
DRX comp with so much agency, so much power. Closer.
Okay, well, that was greeting for a ward as Pioshik is going to live for an incredibly long amount of time as in goes Kyle, looking for the engage on the Deft, nearly catches him. And Deft will be able to get away. He did have Gale Force and he is Lucian, so doesn't have to cleanse or flash. But
again,
let's see. I mean, Moonlight Vigil going to get an insane amount of value for this point in the game. You take a look at Deft, he's already really low on health here, binding onto Dove, it looks like, as he's going to call the Ornhorn now, looking for the Morgana, and they should be able to get him. Charm as well onto Deft, but he immediately cleanses that one. Nicely done, as I believe it was smited away by Pioshik, which did lead to his demise. But that does mean now that, of course, the Sandbox will not pick up the objective.
Now, kind of busted, as Closer might run into a trap. Flash. Angry Crocodile.
This Croc, he's adding more to his diet. Closer has heal, but he is going to charm and probably will die. No, he's going to flash away. Down he does go. Yeah, King
Can they pick someone?
King has TP, but it's a little bit late as Barrel is getting pretty low, but that's a lot into the Nami. Here comes a big Croc looking for more. As Closer goes in, that's another cleanse as he lands the Everfrost. This is all up to Closer. Prince, though, not able to follow up here as Devour so incredibly important to fight against DRX's comp.
I'd hesitate to call the play for one player or another, as here we go.
King and with Black Shield just running in. And Dove, he is going to get away. But you can begin to see where there is power within this composition of DRX. So
yeah, he's been sitting on this for a really long time.
Here comes another potential dive as the Gravitum does come in, and it's Liv Sandbox always looking for fights. Denied with that one is Barrel with the tidal wave, but he's going to pay for it with his life. So
Dove
is going to take the kill as well because he deserved it.
I would rather have seen that one go over to Prince, but they don't want to waste
Probably,
time. And now, gonna shove in here, but I think you need to back. I don't know how much gold Prince is sitting on, but it's a ton. Would rather cash in on that. Seka moving forward, but they are on vision.
Yep. Let's see if they actually do find him. Dove is going to be playing kind of bodyguard here on the side. We still have not found the Croc. As a nice little bit of poke, that's Devour already used, and Zeka, he's back there. The Croc is right here in the front, actually, as now the Ornhorn comes in. In goes Zeka, gonna deny this one. Gets a massive ultimate onto the entirety of the team. Goes Stasis as well. And Live Sandbox, they're gonna have to get out of here. A huge Moonlight Vigil, though, and immediately this fight is turned around.
Through the Drake.
Dove does die, but guess who's full health? It's Prince. As in goes Steph, tries to kill Croco, nearly does as a binding onto Closer, and Kingen is massively fed here, but Prince is going in against 5 of them by himself. The guy is a madman.
Pioshik is so low, he needs to be careful.
The bindings have been so huge here from the side of Pioshik. He is really trying to get this one going, as in goes, nope. Zeka not going to go for it as well, as in we go. The smite this time, it's on the side of Pioshik, as Kyle is going to be CC'd down, and they just back away. 1 kill in the entirety of that trade. As, okay, this could get interesting.
Pretty sure.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on the back, Prince has his IE as...
That's the Devour for just the dash. Deft is going to take a ton of damage, but Croco goes in by himself. He's getting 100 to 0'd, and down he does go. As they access the back line, but it's just going to be Dove going to the Wolves as well.
The Prince.
Prince does have a crazy amount of damage. He's going to find Pioshik from miles away. He goes into the Croc and immediately goes down. The one guy that you could not go into. And immediately Kingen will shut him down and punish Prince.
And that might have been it. DRX gonna get the mid lane turret at the very least. Yeah, now Prince buys his IE. If he has IE, that fight might not have been close. Oh, they're going for Drake. They don't want to take the risk because Pioshik isn't alive. It's understandable, but it also means that even with that gold lead,
it's just an Ocean Drake.
Yeah.
It's a crazy fight, though. That looked like the one to maybe blow the game open. You can see that Live Sandbox, you know, maybe he's trying to bait it for this charm, and it is going to be Deft that goes down, but it might be Closer as well. He's got another Spirit Rush, and down he will go to his team with that massive shield. So that's raid.
Oh, this game, Valdez.
It's actually turning into a series. I cannot believe it in some way, but you know, the way it's been going the last 2 games, you're beginning to understand how DRX are pulling it off. It's going to be Dove taking a lot of poke here. That's going to be Kingen now in the front, though. It is extremely dangerous on both sides, I think, to frontline now.
Yeah.
Because there is insane burst damage on both sides.
So much.
Doesn't mean they're definitely going to win, but I think it will be a nice little veteran buff, if you will. As, well, that's a little bit scary. Nice follow-up there as in we go. Not quite going to land on the Deft, as we do have the Ornhorn coming out here. Prince looking to frontline a little bit. As ults on both sides, you can see that Deft has insane amounts of damage himself as well, even in this later stage of the game.
Oh yeah, yeah, especially with a first strike build. The amount of damage you can do with a calling is huge. Crucially though, Prince, using his Moonlight Vigil there, not getting any value. Also doesn't have low doms yet. But you also see the value of that BT shield, right? Like able to heal up very quickly again.
Okay, Charm comes in, Everfrost as well, trying not to use his ultimate as Zeka nearly dies. 1 Spirit Rush. He's going to be forced to use it, but he does not go down.
Yep, get Cryo, and then the other team gets Cryo, and then we just wait.
And they're doing a nice job of cutting out vision here. You see Kingen dodges that Charm. Could have taken a big chunk, but he is Renekton, so level 18 as well. He's not really too bothered, especially with Dominus and Black Shield available.
Yeah, it's 0 back. That definitely does.
Oh,
here they go.
Okay, well, it might be bothered by this. They're looking for depth on that backside. The Black Shield is fantastic and Closer. It's going to go down. And they're looking for Prince now. The Devourer comes in as out goes Prince, looking to front to back. Should take out the GA. but only the GA. We still have Poppy coming in as well, and that is a massive setup. They're going to get into that back line, but Deft is going to live. Deft is going to live, but so will Prince, but the rest of Prince's team is dead, as now Prince running forward into the team of DRX does not seem to care at all. And he's just going to have to back away. Maybe he can take this down. He's on vision. He doesn't know.
No, that's going to be soul point for DRX as well.
Should be. Prince can't take the risk.
One by one, Sandbox trying to go deep on Deft. Walk into the meat grinder, Valdez. 7 Drakes.
The Morgana pick showing its value here in the later stages of the game. That's some deft ending play right there. He's trying to make this a carry performance, and he might just be able to. The Poppy ult misses. The damage from Prince.
Look at Prince!
Is going to be denied. The Devourer comes out extremely early, as we still have Kroko on the Baron. Zeka very much away from his team. The Baron secured, as now Kroko going to be shut down, but down goes Zeka as well, and the Moonlight Vigil is there once again. Look at the 80 carries. Deft with the Black Shield, going toe-to-toe with Prince. But now Prince taking 0 damage and having a frontline the entire time. Deft trying to poke back. That is immediately going to put an end to that. Just going to get healed up as we got the Poppycopter. See you later, Lissandra, as the damage comes out onto Kingen.
Oh, Prince not autoing though.
Yeah, they're just going to run to the Drake.
Yeah, should be able to get this very, very quickly. That's going to be given up.
No, they're going to try the angle here. Closer looking for it. The Ornhorn, not that much value, just the Lissandra. So now on the front line, there is Deft looking for his angle. Closer as well.
Kingen has flash. They're running. They're going to run towards the bot wave.
And they absolutely can. Now with Ocean Soul, everybody's basically got Warmog. So now the poke that comes out from a culling from a poke.
Oh, no.
Nope, they're not going to do it. Pull in there, Kingen just front lining as they're going to get started here onto the Baron once again.
Good luck with this one.
Okay, that's the Poppy ultimate onto the Morgana. That's no jungler now for the side of DRX. And they're not going to get into the pit. The culling doesn't do pretty much anything. Nice bubble, though. Is going to follow up there. Deft desperate to try to get more. But it looks like it's just a Baron as Zeka. Nope. Not going to be the one to pull the trigger.
No one wants to be the team that fails to make the play and end the game.
I think Closer is the one guy in my mind that actually, him and Prince maybe, Zeka, you can see him looking for angles too.
Deft as well. Deft is.
Yeah, Deft as well. And that's all they're going to do.
Deft's damage.
It's 49 minutes in with Baron buff, right? So this is just the
Closer!
the angle, and there is a dead Nami. Down goes Nami, and the heal comes out immediately onto Closer. He's got TP. I don't know if you want to TP right onto that. Oh, okay. It's back far enough. His teammates can protect him. But this is incredibly nerve-wracking. I mean, how do you make the decision? Flash from Closer. As I said, it looks like he wants to be the one to end the game.
Look at Kingen. They're going to try!
Okay, they're going to try to end this game. They get the knock-up on a Depth. They get one Nexus turret. They just need one more in the Nexus, and that would do it. Culling comes out, and you see Liv Sandbox. Not ready. They're waiting for the next wave.
Oh, Baron buff for 1 more minute.
Teleport for Dove. He's coming back.
Should have frozen heart. Longest game of the split, Valdez.
We have passed the mark. And Dove
Here
is
they go.
ginormous. He is so thick. And he is the front line right now as Zeka tries to get in. He's gone to Zhonya's, and Dove is just zoning for his team. Zeka is getting some angle there to actually zone them away, but Deft can't do anything. He's getting zoned out of this one. Goes into his GA, and it looks like that should be enough. Deft tries to kite it out, but that will do it. Liv Sandbox take it down 51 minutes, and you will see them in the next round of the LCK playoffs. Sponsored by Rebank. What an incredible game.
Dove's just not bothered by Deft.
It's like microing his skills there on Lucian. He was going to win that fight.
Yeah, he would have.
Insane. Kyle's talking a lot. Him and Kroko, obviously, who was screaming to hit the Nexus.
Oh, the size of
Yeah.
relief.
It wasn't even like a
Valdez.
scream. It was just like, oh.
That's still the most damage in the game. Holy, unbelievable.
60K flat. He just dumped a giant
Look at this
60K
gold
anvil
graph.
on their heads.
Look at this gold graph.
And they still couldn't win.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG interview for the Uri Bank 2022 LCK Summer Split Playoffs POG interview. We are here joined by Prince and Croco, the POGs of the Best of 5 series. Congratulations, guys. Thank you. You guys made it to playoffs after 1 year, and then this is the first time ever for Leap Sandbox to make it to the second round of playoffs. Croco, what do you feel? So I think in the first 2 games we were able to get a very easy win. So I think starting from game 3, we got caught off guard. You know, we were not fully concentrated, so they came back and we kind of dropped the ball. We lost the momentum, but I'm so relieved that we were able to secure the win in the end. Well, you guys managed to bounce back after losing game number 3, and Prince, our LCK All-Pro team, second team AD carry, you have him popping off this entire split. So our prep was not that good, to be honest. So I was really worried heading into this playoffs. But I was pretty confident in my personal individual performance, so I was still pretty feeling okay. What do you feel about this win then? It was really hard. It was exhausting. Especially that game number 4 was so neck and neck. So Croco, Leap Sandbox, was not able to find a huge success in Best of 5 series so far. So how did you manage to overcome this? Well, I think we changed a lot as a team. You know, we had new players joining us, and also Dov has a lot of experience, so he gave us a lot of advices heading into this series. And then Prince, what did you guys focus on in terms of drafting as you guys were playing Best of 5? Did it go as you planned? Well, in fact, you know, draft is all about the result. You know, people kind of judge the draft after knowing the results. I don't want to reveal too much about our strategy. I'm just so happy that we got the win. And Croco, this time around, you guys were 1 step ahead of DRX in terms of macro plays and ganks and just the entire map play. As a jungler, were you kind of satisfied with your performance today? Well, I'm not happy with my performance. I got carried, kind of. So I'll do better next time. Not sure about that because I think you did a great job. But who was the driver then? Who carried you? Obviously. And Prince also nodding a little bit. And then Prince. So you got both of the POGs and Aphelios for game 2 and 4. Whenever Aphelios Tomcat spot duo was secured by Leap Sandbox, you guys always dominate the bottom lane. Do you think that's the best comp right now? Well, our coaching staff and the players, they just fully trust my Aphelios, you know. And also Kyle does great job on the Tomcats, kind of defending me, you know, protecting me. So yeah, I think it all comes down to how kind of I pilot that pick. I want to get back to game 3 though. So you guys did drop that game, and we had Nilla versus Zeri matchup. Are you okay? I have a question. Could you tell me about your thought on Nilla Zeri matchup on the bottom lane? So I've been seeing that matchup recently a lot, and this is actually pretty viable. You know, Nilla is pretty viable right now. She's pretty good at every aspect in terms of AD carry. So I think we might see her even more often. So after we won, we had a lot of discussion on our mistakes, but after we lost that game 3, actually our coaching staff told us more about our mentality, how to kind of pick things up in order to come back stronger for game 4, and also about the strategy because we are switching sides. Then Kuroko, when was the turning point for Leaf Sandbox in game 4? I mean, it was so close, so I'm not really sure. I can't really pick one point. But in the end, around the inhibitor, we were standing in front of them, and I kind of realized and figured that we were actually having a huge lead. What was on your mind when you were on the around the enemy nexus and their base? Well, I was focusing on that Renekton, I have to mark him. And then Lucian was pretty low, so we got the kill, and then he had GA. So I was a little bit flustered, but other than that, everything was going well. And at the end of game number 4, we had literally a diamond fight between two barefoot AD carries. So how did you manage to kind of stay focused up until the very last moment? So when you get to play this kind of a extended game, you have a sweaty headset, it's kind of uncomfortable. It really kind of sometimes it distracts you, but today it didn't really affect me at all. I was able to fully concentrate until the very end. Leaf Sandbox is one match win away from making it into the Dream Stage LCK finals. Who do you think you will see in the playoffs round 2? Who do you want? To be honest, I think both T1 and Genji are so strong, It's gonna be a really tough challenge for us, so I think the utmost goal is us playing well and doing our best, It's gonna be a hard match regardless of the opponent, so I hope we can do our best in the upcoming playoffs round 2. And Prince, your father also came to Lowell Park to support you. Any words over to your family and fans? I mean, we did beat T1 in the regular split, and we were never able to take Genji down, but I think best of 5 series is something else, I think T1 definitely has a huge edge over us, so just like Kuroko said, I think we really have to do our best to prepare for the upcoming best of 5 against the 2 Titans. I hope to see you guys at Gangneung, and this will be the end of the interview from the POGs on the side of Leaf Sandbox, and back to the carpet space. Thank you.